Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to mat a beaded bag. I've been getting a lot of questions on what to do when your fishing line finishes, how to make your beaded bag firm, and lots of questions. So in today's video I'm going to be giving you answers to all your questions, and I'll also be giving you a bonus tips on how I achieve a very firm and sturdy beaded bag. For this tutorial, I'm making use of the size 10mm pearl bead, a 0.70mm fishing line, and then you need a scissors. You need a scissors that can enter into edges, not the big scissors, because big scissors will only cut it upward, and you need your work to be very neat so your fishing line won't be showing out. And that's it for the materials. So let's get right into the video. You're going to start by cutting a length of fishing line you can handle. You make sure that it is a length of fishing line that you handle, that you won't be struggling. When you've done that, we're going to start by making our first ring. To make our first ring, you're going to place 4 beads, and you crisscross with the last one. When I mean crisscross with the last one is you're going to take the other ends of your fishing line and you place it inside like this. Now you're going to hold this 2 fishing line tightly like this, and you hold the beads you crisscross, you take it down. Now we've successfully done our first ring. Now to make our second ring, you're going to place 1 bead on your left hand side and 1 bead on your right hand side. And you take 1 bead, fresh beads, and you crisscross. Crisscrossing, I mean you place your fishing line here and you place your fishing line like this. Now you do the exact same thing. You hold your beads, then hold the crisscrossed beads and you pull it down. You always experience this, but make sure that you just arrange your work. This is our second ring. Now to make our third ring, we are just going to repeat what we did on the second ring. You're going to place your bead on your left hand side, you place your bead on your right hand side, then you take a fresh bead and you crisscross. Now we've successfully done 3 rings. When you reach the 3rd ring, you're going to start doing this, because now the work has started gaining shape. So you're going to start pulling it like this at the 3rd ring. Now to make your 4th ring, we're going to just be repeating the exact same thing. You place your beads on your left hand side, you place your other beads on the right hand side, and then you take 1 bead and you crisscross. Now I've made 4 rings and my target is to make 13 rings. So you're going to repeat what you did here at the 2nd, 3rd and 4th ring. You're just going to repeat it 8 more times, and I'll meet you at the last one, which is the 13th ring. Now I've gotten to my 12th ring, and so far this is how it's looking. If only you can feel my beads right now, it's really strong. It's not pete. I don't know why that pete is just coming out of my mouth. It's not too soft, okay? You have to like make your first ring very firm, because this is like the bone of your work. To round up this row and move on to the next row, you're going to be placing beads only on one side of the fishing line. That means on this other hand here, you're going to place just 3 beads. And on the other hand, you're going to take this fishing line and crisscross with the last one. Now if you notice, this is where my fishing line is now facing. It's now facing this other side, not the normal one. So now to begin the second row of our matting, on this other hand, my left hand side, I'm going to place 3 beads and I'll crisscross with the last one. In every crisscrosses, you're going to be doing this a lot. If you want your back to be firm, you're going to be doing this a lot. In fact, in every crisscrosses. Now when you've crisscrossed, this is how the bead is looking. Now you take your right hand fishing line, that means the one facing the bead here, and you place it to the next bead. Now when you place it to the next bead, you are going to still do that thing again, and on the other hand, you're going to place 2 beads and you crisscross with the last one. So as you can see, I'm doing that again. So this is how it's looking. You should note that in each of the rings there are 4 beads in the circle. Now why I placed 2 beads and I crisscrossed with the one, it was because my fishing line was on 2 beads, which was this one and this one. So I added 2 beads to complete the 4 rings circle. Moving on, you're going to place your fishing line to the next bead here. That is this fishing line, you're going to place it to the next bead here. You pull it, make sure you are always pulling. That is why sometimes you see beaders wrap sellotape around their hands, because from the pulling it can bruise your hands sometimes if you do this often. So in order to like guard your hand, you're just going to like place sellotape where you know the fishing line always like touch, so it won't wound your hand. As you can see, I have 4 beads now in a ring. I can say this 1000 times. Always do it in order to make your back very firm. Now moving on, I'm going to like place this fishing line again on the next bead, and on the other hand I place 2 beads and I crisscross with the last one. So now I've done a total of 1 2 3 4 rings for the second row. So I'm going to be repeating this all round until I get to this point, and I'll meet you at the end. So now when you've gotten to this point here, you're going to place your fishing line just like you always do to the next bead. Now this time around, you're going to be placing 2 beads on this fishing line here, because we are turning to close off this row, and then you crisscross with the last one. So now this is where your fishing line will be facing, to be facing upwards. As you can see, my bead is already taking shape. It's strong. It's not, because you are making a bag, it always have to be straight for your bag to look very neat and sturdy. Now to move on to the next row here, we're going to repeat what we did at this point. So now on this fishing line here, I'm going to place 3 beads, and I'm going to crisscross with the last one. As you can see, this is how it's looking. Now I'm going to repeat the step, that is, place my fishing line to the next bead, and on this other hand again, I'm going to place 2 beads and I crisscross with the last one. So now you're going to repeat the same thing. You place your fishing line to the next bead, and on the other hand you're going to place 2 beads and you crisscross with the last one. So now this is the process you're just going to be repeating all up till you get to this point here. So when you've gotten to this point here, you're going to place your fishing line to this bead here, and then you turn. Now we're going to close off this row, and on this same fishing line you're going to place 2 beads and you crisscross with the last one. So now this is where your fishing line will be facing. Now if you want to turn to the next row, all you have to do is to place 3 rings on your left hand side, and then you crisscross with the last one. Now we've started the 4th row, and then to continue that, I'm going to place my fishing line to the next bead here, and on the other hand I place 2 beads and I crisscross with the last one. So this is basically how to mat and then how to turn to a new row. So when you are working and you notice that your fishing line is almost finishing, you're not going to work until your fishing line gets very short. You're going to leave at least, let me say, 24 centimeter length of fishing line or higher, because you're going to use it to weave in hands to secure your work. So now I'm going to place my fishing line to this bead here backwards, and then I'm going to place it here backward. Now this is a mistake I always see beginners do. They always like place anywhere they just see beads, they just place it. Now if I place my fishing line to this bead here, you see this crossing here, you see this crossing is very, very bad. It's a sign of rough work. Whenever I see this in a beaded work, I just know that it's a beginner that did this. So now this is the right thing you're going to do. You're just going to be following the line. So now you take the other fishing line, you weave in hands like this. You see that I'm following the flow of the previous fishing line. Yeah, that's the right word. I'm just going to follow, and in every bead that you place your fishing line, you make sure that you pull. This pearl bead is another tough bead to work with because it's very, very pete. I don't even know which English word to use for it. Have you seen it? Now this is one trick I always like using. I always love the 2 fishing lines to meet at a point very close to where I stop, so that I tie so that I make a knot. So now I'm going to place this knot on my teeth. I'm going to like use my teeth to drag it for everything here to be very, very strong. I'll use my teeth to pull it very tightly. Now after I've done that, I'm going to tie it again. Okay, I've used my teeth to pull it very tight. If this place now is very, very strong, and that is what I want. This place here, it's now very, very strong, and this is just my tips. It's optional anyway. Now when I've tied it twice like that, I'm going to continue what I was doing. Now this is the time whereby you are going to take this fishing line as far as your fishing line can take you. Remember, you're going to go with the flow of the previous fishing line. So now I'm going to take this fishing line to anywhere it carries me. Already at the back of my mind, I know that I've already done something here. So if I don't go really, really far, I still have peace of mind because I've already secured my knots here. I can no longer work with this fishing line again, so I'm going to cut it out. You can see, you cannot see what I just did. So now this was the previous one I weaved in hands. I'm going to cut it out like that. You can see now it's very neat. There's no crossing. So that's just one of my. So now I'm going to repeat have a very same sturdy and for this other side. I'm going to take it. Remember, in every bit you are placing your bead, you are pulling. I mean, you are doing like this. In every bit you are doing that to make sure that your back is very firm and strong. You just cut it out. So that's how to round up a fishing line. So now to add another fishing line, you're just going to cut a length of fishing line you can handle. You're just going to place it here on the bead. Now it's looking like nothing ever happened. Now you have a very fresh fishing line and a very long fishing line to yourself to continue whatever you've been doing on the back. So now you know we're placing our beads into the next bead, and then on your left hand side you're going to place 2 beads and you crisscross with 1. So that's it. You're going to just continue whatever thing you've been doing with your new fishing line. When you are approaching the end of this fishing line, you're just going to repeat the exact same thing you did here. So the process continue on and on. Now if you followed everything I said in this tutorial, this is how your work should be looking. As you can see, this feels so strong, it feels so firm, and there is no any ruffleness. It's not folding, it's flat. As you can see, it's very flat. So this is how your work supposed to be looking. Very neat. And if you check all the lines, there are no lines crossing in between. They are all very neat. That brings us to the end of this tutorial, and I really hope you found this helpful. If you did, kindly give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because on my next video I'm going to be showing you how to turn this piece here into a beautiful beaded bag, and I know you don't want to miss that. So subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.